Hello friends, family, other creatures of the sea. Welcome back to another game. Today we'll have MaxPax's versus Elazer here on Curious Mind. Curious Mind is the map with the highest density of critters near the main base area. Out of all maps, we see 2 critters spawn in the main, and I believe there's 1 on the low ground as well usually. Yep, there we go, 1 on the low ground for each base, 2 in the main base, so very high critter density. There's also a couple on the map. And that's of course a thing that we'd like to see. Another thing that we'd like to see is MaxPax's on the map, which isn't large. Now MaxPax is known for enjoying his Void Rays every now and then. But on these smaller maps, on which Queen Walks tend to be slightly overpowered, and we can say that. On small maps, Queen Walks are just very, very good. And you need to figure something else out. Void Rays just simply tend to not work. So MaxPax needs to come up with something. And in my mind, this is when MaxPax is not just the strongest, but he's also the most fun to watch. Is when he's doing his random crap that he thought up in his Danish bedroom on the 3rd floor of his parental house. You know, this is how I imagine MaxPax. You know, sitting up late. His parents told him to turn off the light 30 minutes ago, and he has a flashlight under the blankets, and he shines it on his little notebook. And in that he writes his build orders and the ideas he gets late at night. And these usually involve sending adepts across the map or proxying a building or something else stupid that I haven't thought of yet. But he manages to get that in his little head. Well, the rather big head actually. Well, I don't know the size of his head, but his brain is what I meant to say. Didn't try to call him a big head, but now it's out there. I can't take it back no more. So we have this Overlord... It's going to scout straight away across the map. We'll see the cybernetic score timing. And this is... wait a second. Oh, wait a second. This is a core before Nexus, isn't it? Oh yeah, this is a core before Nexus. So I almost missed it here. But what this does is that it allows you to get an adept about 10 seconds faster than you usually get one. So if you get your first 2 adepts out very fast, that means your opponent also needs to respond pretty quickly, otherwise they're just going to take more damage. Now the question is, did Elazer realize here? Is Elazer capable of reading the timings of the Cybercore? He should be. He's a professional Zerg player, but so far, well, he shouldn't be building the extra links yet. Should be 2 more links coming pretty soon, and then after that 2 more links should be built, because it's going to be double chrono on these adepts. First adept's actually taking a crap ton of damage. That definitely is a mistake. Took a little bit of hull damage as well, which is never good. Follow-up is going to be a second gateway in the main base. Double gas mining in both gases. 3 gates before any tech, and we have a game on our hands. Adept's gonna walk into the 3rd base here. Well, technically the natural, but the 3rd base location. One of these links is going to go down, and now the adepts get to make a decision. Do they go into the natural, or do they go into the main base? They're gonna go into the natural. 2 queens are over there. There's still 4 links, but they're not being moved. Elazer? Elazer? No, doesn't want to lose the links and says my queens will take care of this. Instead pulls his drones. Oh, yeah, didn't quite micro the Overlord though. And now might risk losing that. I think it will barely manage to get to this safe haven. Yep, there it is. There's no vision here, MaxPax. All you see is the hologram of a Protoss logo. Or bones? What is this? Oh, there's a couple of things. DNA? Bones. A Zergling. Oh, that's beautiful. There are like 4 different holograms. I never knew that. Quick Rotorn coming out of Elazer here. It's the follow-up. What is this opener? I've never seen this opener before in my life. Actually, no, that's not true. This opener was played in 2020 or 2019. No, 2020. Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. Between SOS and Serral. I can't remember the name of the map. It's a very dark looking map, but they had a best of 3. It's the map that SOS won in that series. This is the exact same build order, except if I recall correctly, SOS opened up with 6 adept rather than 5 adept, but I can check that. I can check myself after this game. I also don't quite recall the battery, but this opener is the same. So you open up with core before Nexus, fast 3 gate, 5 to 6 adept pressure, and then you follow up with a second wave of adept. I don't think... I can't recall if SOS had a prism with that. It's been so long since I've seen that build, and I only seen the build once. But I'm pretty sure this is the SOS build order. Very similar follow-up, or very similar play at least. Follow-up is going to be a Disruptor. Now the goal of this build is pretty easy to explain, but we'll go into that after we see if it does anything. So the goal with this build is to force out a lot of links with your first move out of 5 adepts, where the other guy will say, wait, these are just adepts, they don't have glaives. I can defend this with pure link. And you want your opponent to only make links. And then once your glaive finally finishes at a pretty offbeat timing, your opponent will have a lot of links, and if they want to build more roaches, it will A, cost a lot of money, and B, it will cost them drones, which is something they obviously, or it will cost them larvae, which is something they obviously don't want to spend because they want to be getting drones. Elazer though has a fair amount of money in the bank. It's actually floating 900 minerals 6 minutes into the game. It's going to be going for an all-in. So the follow-up is going to be Disruptors. In my mind, this is the safest follow-up that MaxPax's could have gone for. And now we're gonna see if his build is worth something. And I think it might just be 2 Disruptors are out already. It's going to be 2 Disruptor shots. Prism's gonna fly into the main base, pick those bad boys up. Gravitic Drive's about to finish up as well. There's a crap ton of adepts here. First battery's about to finish up. Here comes the Prism. No roach speed. Let's not forget about that. 3 roaches get taken out with that first shot. Good kiting so far out of MaxPax's, who hasn't really taken a lot of hits. Bad second shot though with that Disruptor. Was not quite controlling it properly. One of the Biles manages to hit as well on these adepts. And I actually think this third base needs to be conceded at this point. And MaxPax's needs to start thinking of an opportunity to get back into this game. First shot once again. Kind of whiffs here. I'm not quite sure if you want to keep attacking here, Elazer. You've already done your damage. There's no Void Rays here for the chase. So you just should probably be heading back home. That's what Elazer is going to be doing here. Let's not forget, Elazer is on a very low drone count. He's still floating a crap ton of money. 700 minerals. Now, part of this can be explained away by the fact that... No, he actually did have queens at home. They built queens at home. Yeah, this is a good split. Yeah, this is why you can actually walk home. Because you need 2 Disruptor shots for a single queen and there's transfuses available. So you should actually be semi-okay here as a Zerg running home. Against Void Rays sometimes it's tricky because Void Rays are faster than queens. Good splits out of Elazer, and a lot of these units are going to get caught. Actually, much would have preferred if Elazer actually went for this third base. That to me seems to be the most important thing here. Now this Colossi might barely be able to save. No, it's all still gonna get cancelled. Very nice play out of Elazer here. Just getting fantastic damage so far. 8 workers do go down on the other side of the map. I assume these 2 Disruptors in the Prism have something to do with that. I'll tell you guys a fun story after we see these links die. One time, my girlfriend has a dog in Canada. Her family has a dog, and we brought like a bunch of Dutch cookies for her family, like 4 packs of like the Dutch cookies called stroopwafels, which are like honey-like cookies, like syrup cookies. They're quite delicious if you've never heard of them. They're very good. We took like 4 or 5 packs of them to Canada, and we left them in our room. And we come back, and there's like these honey cookies spread all around the house. And I was like, well, the moment we saw it, we knew exactly who did it. And I feel like the moment we see -8 drones and we see 2 Disruptors fly away in a Prism, we also have a pretty decent idea who the who the guy in charge is. You know, who did this. You know, we know who the perpetrator is. In this case, it was the 2 Disruptors. This is a very risky push here out of MaxPax's, as actually no roach speed yet, so this is going to be, a retreat is going to be possible still, and that's sometimes important. That actually is something that is quite important. Because if you can't retreat and you lose all of these valuable units, another decent shot gets 2 roaches, these Disruptors have really been getting a lot of value. 16 kills on this Disruptor. A fair amount of those are going to be drones, but there's also some roaches mixed in there. Still a Disruptor in that thing as well, in that Prism. Wouldn't surprise me if it has a decent amount of kills. I kind of want to see it. How about you drop it, MaxPax's? 2 kills. Okay, well, just those 2 roaches then. Now I have a counter-attack coming out of Elazer. It's not really quite what you want to do at this phase, is it? do you really want to be counterattacking when you're not even 100% safe yet? I mean, Elazer's in a good position. He's getting into the hive, but his drone count isn't quite where he wants it to be. And he's really being pressured. There's not a whole lot of creep. And maybe this run-by is going to give him a little bit of space. It's going to allow him to actually push this army back. But rather than pulling back, MaxPax says, no, I'm actually going to blink forward. I'm going to go in. Roach speed did just finish now. That shot's going to catch 3 roaches there, the tail end of him. This run-by is doing big damage. Fantastic call out of Elazer. Absolutely marvelous call. Elazer, however, also is losing a lot of drones at home. Disruptors get recalled. This base survives. The stalkers kind of get out. This game makes very little sense. Very, very little sense indeed. 40 workers for both players. 4 bases for Elazer. We have 3 bases for MaxPax's. It's really important that this base survive. These stalkers manage to get home. I don't think you should keep pushing here. Disruptors here will be able to get some value. Zerg units of creep against Disruptors. It's not a combination that I approve of. This is a nonsensical attack out of Elazer. He gets a Disruptor but loses 8 roaches for it. Simply not worth it. There's a 2-stalker run. This makes no sense. A 2-stalker run by, and this is the MaxPax that I love to see. The guy that just has tools and just uses them. It doesn't matter what it is. You could give this man, I don't know, like a bit of wood. And you could give him a lollipop and he'd be able to build a house out of it. It doesn't matter. He figures out a way. And it's the same here. Like you give him 2 stalkers. You're like, oh, I can use this for killing 2 drones. And that is good because that is 7% of my opponent's economy. Then, well, it still isn't good. I think 2 stalkers for 2 drones is not a good trick. This is such a weird comp. As I cut myself off in the middle of a sentence. There's a fair amount of anti-micro there out of Elazer. If he wouldn't have controlled that, I don't think MaxPax could have fit as many roaches in there as Elazer just did for him. But this game is just such a wonky game. You have these very high value units, Disruptors and the Colossi on the side of the toss, which are going to be super valuable. And then you have these Vipers, 4 Vipers against 23 roaches. Like, this is the highest Roach-Viper ratio that I've seen in my life. And then the lowest ratio, actually. Almost misspoke there. The lowest ratio of Roach Vipers. It's the least amount of roaches per Viper. Usually you have way more Roach Hydra or other units to Vipers. Oh my good lord! These Disruptors have to be some of the most efficient, effective Disruptors that I've seen in my life. I so want to see how many kills they have. Like, some of these guys are going to have killed like 15, 16 roaches. One shot that one guy killed. Like, oh, blink forward. Tries to catch these Vipers. Now with the first Viper goes down. Second Viper goes down. 1 Colossi goes down. Completely awful control here out of Elazer. Loses 4 Vipers. Gets 1 Colossi and a Disruptor. But that's absolutely not what you want. There's no feedbacks here. That was not necessary. That was not necessary. Okay, these Disruptors are still here. They're in the prism. They're looking for damage, and they're going to be finding some damage maybe across the map. 64 workers here for Elazer. Alright, MaxPax, what do you have in store? Don't chase a prism with speed. Please, Elazer, don't chase the prism with speed. It might just get a shot off. Here we go. 13 kills and 9 kills. 2 kills and 4 kills get added. That's so many kills. Like, how many Disruptors have we had in total? We've had 4 Disruptors in total. 5 Disruptors total. I think they must have gotten over 60, 70 kills on Disruptors alone. That is actually so crazy. MaxPax right now moving forward. We'll be able to snipe that Overlord. Gets a little bit more creep down as well. Elazer doesn't even have any upgrades. I didn't notice this at all. He's getting his first Evo chamber. The classic 4 Viper into losing them all. Into 3 more Vipers. Into +1 on the roaches. Tried to hit the Observer there. Did not quite manage to do this. But the Queens did end up getting it. Or well, the Queens. Yeah, 2 Queens. That's plural. 2 more Overlords are on the way here for Elazer. Trying to move in, trying to move forward. Whoa, gets the snipe on one of these Colossi. This control has been a lot better than last time around. Still loses 1 Viper, but 1 Viper for a Colossi, man. Okay, it's not great, but it's not awful either. Could maybe go for a Parasitic Bomb. That would kill the shields and maybe a little bit of the real HP. I'm not sure if it does actually. I don't even know how much damage Parasitic Bomb does. Just know it does too much. Ooh, charge is not done yet. Here we'll finish in a couple of seconds. That was a really scary moment for MaxPax, because if he loses those zealots, he loses a big portion of his army actually. This also is a run by where you could say, yeah, he's gonna be denying eco with this, but this is not the trade you can make when you're on 66 workers. Like, this is the type of trade you do, like killing a Nexus for 15, 16 roaches. If you're maxed on units and you want to get rid of your roaches and you have like 85 drones, this is not that great. Also, losing this base is just super sloppy in my opinion, because he saw the zealots go there. Elazer not playing too hot today, and this is kind of giving MaxPax the opportunity to come back into the game. It's kind of giving him the opportunity to get back into the game. Big Stalker push here, moving in, moving forward. How many Disruptors is there? 6 Disruptors against 2 Vipers. Viper count is too little, or the Disruptor count is too high. Depends how you see that. Zealots are looking for damage, but these Roaches will push them away. Prism is trying to get some damage here. Oh! Dodges the Abduct. Dodges the Abduct. Absolutely beautiful play. Does that actually... Does the energy go away? It has to, right? They still look like they have full energy though. I'm gonna have to check the replay on that later on. This Abduct does go through, and still a couple of Disruptors available. Do we get a blink forward? No, we're not gonna get a blink forward. Dodges most of the bios there. 4 Disruptor shots still available. 1 Abduct still available as well. Artie's going to connect. Oh, connect with one of his own Zealots. The other one gets targeted down by the Roaches. Good control here out of Elazer. Gets this Abduct off as well before the Disruptor shoots. And even though this army looks very scary, these trades honestly haven't been too bad, because... Oh, and this is a good run by as well. Now, this is a run by a dual prof. Just send it back, dude, please. Tunneling Claws would have been so useful here, by the way. I mean, how many Roaches has he built? 96 Roaches have gone down. 96 Roaches have gone down total. How many Stalkers have gone down? 34 Stalkers, 4 Colossi, and 5 Disruptor. This is a crazy unit lost step. Super action-packed. These Roaches are going to fall, once again, really expensive. And Elazer just keeps kind of throwing the advantages that he gains. He kind of just throws them away. I'm not even quite sure where he's getting these advantages from. I mean, that last fight was good for sure. Like, he's winning time, but he's not winning time for anything else. Like, it's good to throw away units if you're trying to buy time for something, but Elazer right now is buying time to build 10 more Roaches, but then throwing away 10 Roaches makes no sense. A moves them into his opponent. All of these are going to fall against the next Blink in. I can only imagine. Blink? MaxPax? Can we get a Blink? There we go. A little bit late. It's not quite going to get everything, but Elazer's just going to get pushed back completely. Does create a lot of space here for this other run by. And now MaxPax is out of position. There's a crap ton of Archons in this army. It's the perks of being Protoss and saving gas. This fort base is going to get cancelled, but Elazer's going to lose everything, and he can be losing these Vipers. These are the only 2 he has to deal with these Disruptors. Oh, Elazer, you're in a bit of trouble. Oh, the replay got recovered apparently. 2, 3 Disruptors are going to get taken out. 1 Disruptor remains. 165 supply against 129. Don't forget that there's no Vipers left right now, and the upgrades are heavily in favor of MaxPax. A lot of the army of Elazer is on the other side, but I wouldn't mind if he sends it back home. He needs to defend right now. I don't think taking out a base with 4 mining patches is that important if you are dying at home. This base is still mining, however, and that's going to provide Elazer with a lot of money. If he can kind of hold this ramp here, he might just be fine. The Roach Warren. The Roach Warren at the 3rd is still alive. That's huge. I think Elazer might actually be doing it, unless we can get a recall. No recall available. These Roaches somehow need to get home, though. Or they need to... Yeah, I don't quite know, actually. Needs to take out the Roach Warren, though, MaxPax here. It's going to move into the fort base. No drones are remaining there. Elazer, no, you don't need to do this yet. You don't need to do this yet. Wait for the rest of your army to get there. Oh, the rest of the army is dying on the other side of the map. Elazer's going to show his army right now. Was MaxPax aware of this left side base? He isn't yet. MaxPax is not aware. MaxPax is 18 workers. You don't need to do this. Oi, 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 oi. Elazer ends up losing the game. The upgrade's a bit too good for MaxPax. What a fight, though. I wanna see that move. What was that? 17? I think it was somewhere over 16 minutes, I think I said. I think he puts it in here. No, this is the play. Here we go. Yeah, it's this one. It's this bad boy, right? Look at this. Look at this. Loses the energy. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was afraid it hadn't. That was a sick move though. Very quick fingers here out of MaxPax's. It's nice to see. Cool little move. Alright, that's going to be it for today after this banging game. And really, it was quite a banging game. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and hopefully we'll see you all next time for a new video. Bye bye.